Hey there guys, Kate here, and today we are gonna be talking about an absolutely classic series on Roblox, the Clockwork headphones. And well, today we're gonna be talking about their history. But before I can actually talk about their history, like and subscribe, because why not, it's free and I would appreciate it. Right, so in this series there are the original Clockwork headphones, but there are sub-series of those items in the original parts of the series. I'm also gonna go over them, but just not in detail, so I'm just gonna list them off. But of course, all these items are named after the former Roblox admin, Clockwork. But alright, let's get into the history of the Clockwork headphones, and let's start with the original, the Clockwork's headphones. Obviously, it's gonna be called that. So, this was released on November 27th, 2007 for 3,392 Robux. It sold around 3,200 copies before it went limited during Black Friday sale 2011. So, okay, even 3,200 is not a lot, but as of 2025 there are only around 1,000 copies left of it. And well, it's selling for 1.2 million Robux right now. And the Clockwork headphones, it's an absolutely iconic item, and well, it's a really recognizable Roblox item as well. But alright, let's move on to the second one that was released in this series, the Work Clock headphones, of course. So these were released on August 29th, 2014, and so it could have been purchased for 3,000 Robux during special sales, and so before it went on sale, it sold 34,000 copies, and then it returned for 24 hours on November 29th, 2024 for 12,000 Robux. And well, yeah, it's white instead of black, so it's cool. Both items are cool actually. But anyways, let's move on to the next one that was released, the recycled cardboard headphones, which was released on April 21st, 2014 for 500 Robux. But nowadays, it's actually selling for 90,000 Robux. And well, as you can see, it's cardboard, and there's not much else to say about this, so yeah. Let's just move on to the next one, which was the Clockwork Heartphones, released on May 28, 2017, specifically for Memorial Day sale 2017. It could have been purchased for around 10,000 Robux on a 3-day timer, and well, it sold roughly around 500 times. And well, it's the original Clockwork headphones, but heart-shaped. So with that, let's move on to the next one, which was the Red Clockwork headphones. It was released on December 25th, 2017 for 10,000 Robux before going off sale, and it sold roughly 7,000 copies. And well, yeah, not much else to say about this either, other than it being red, and red is a cool color. So let's move on to the next one, the Blue Clockwork headphones, released on May 12th, 2018 for 10,000 Robux on a 3-day timer. Before it went off sale, it sold around 2,500 times. And on July 4th, 2022, it went limited and is now selling for 140,000 Robux. But alright, let's move on to the last Clockwork headphone that is not part of the sub-series of Clockwork headphones, and that is the Gold Clockwork headphones, which was released on February 22nd, 2024 as a limited 2.0 head. This was also the first one Roblox made in nearly 6 years, and you could actually only get this by purchasing a certain amount of Robux. And well, it became a limited 2.0 item on November 15th, 2024, so not when it was released, so okay. And in January 2025, it was changed to a regular limited. Before going limited, it was obtained 262,000 times, so yeah, that's a lot of money spent on this. And well, let's move on to the items in the sub-series. Let's just list them off. Okay, so let's start with the sub-series of Clockwork Ultimates, and let's get into it. The CW Ultimate Sapphire Serenity, which is 68 million Robux. The CW Ultimate Emerald Entropy, 2 million Robux. The CW Ultimate Amethyst Addiction, 1.8 million Robux. The CW Ultimate Will, 7.7 million Robux. The CW Ultimate Rose Quartz Rebellion, 3.5 million Robux. The CW Ultimate Ruby Rapture, 45 million Robux. Okay, so that was the Clockwork Ultimate, the CW Ultimates, if you want to shorten it. And now let's move on to the sub-series of Work Clock Ultimates. The WC Ultimates Peridot Panic, 1 million Robux. Okay, it's one off, but let's just say it's 1 million Robux. The WC Ultimates Citrine Celebration, 420,000 Robux. The WC Ultimates Surgelite Satisfaction, 777,000 Robux. The WC Ultimate Aquamarine Attitude, 618 million Robux. So this is the most expensive Clockwork headphones. Okay, it's a sub-series of it, but this is the most expensive one. The WC Ultimate Pink Diamond Distraction, which is 5 million Robux. And finally, as part of the Overclock Ultimate sub-series, is the WC Ultimate Garnet Gratitude, 10 million Robux. And there are also some other related items. The Adderite headphones, you could have gotten this when you redeemed the $25 Roblox card from Walmart. Pretty cool. The Viridian headphones, right now is selling for 121,000 Robux, but it was originally 5,000 Robux. And then finally, we got the Timework clock phones, which is 500 Robux. So this is the outlier because it's still at its original price. So yes, this is kind of cool. But anyways, so that was all of the Clockwork headphones, the sub-series of Clockwork Ultimates, Work Clock Ultimates, some other related items. So yes, that was the history of every Roblox Clockwork headphone. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.